Willie D Live.
What's up, family? I'm sure you're familiar with the alleged crimes of Robert R. Kelly and Sean Diddy Combs, but you probably never heard of Michael Jeffries. See, Mikey is the former CEO of one of America's top brands, Abercrombie and Fitch. Michael resigned from the company back in 2014, but according to authorities, not before he used his powers to coerce and even force young men into selling their bodies. So, why haven't you heard of this guy? You know why. It's as clear as black and white. Yeah. See, the other two fellas that I mentioned earlier, they're black. This guy, he's white. And in a double standard system, this guy gets the favorable look. Yeah. But he wasn't by himself. According to authorities, Mike had a partner, a co-conspirator, partner, not regular partner like business partner. I'm talking about partner, lay next to you, get on top of your type partner, right? So he had a partner by the name of Matthew Smith, 61-year-old Matthew Smith, who pleaded not guilty to the charges that was levied against him. He was released on a $10 million bond. Mr. Smith, along with Mr. Jeffries, who is 80 years old, and their alleged middleman, James Jacobson, 71, were arrested in October and charged with running an international sex trafficking and prostitution business. Mr. Jeffries and Mr. Jacobson have also pleaded not guilty. Federal prosecutors have accused the tricky trio of using force, fraud, and coercion to make at least 15 young men engage in violent and exploitative sex acts between 2008 to 2015. Prosecutors have alleged that the operation encompassed dozens and dozens of men, with the youngest victim aged 19 at the time of the crime. They have also said some previously worked for Abercrombie and Fitch, or they modeled for the brand. And check this out, fam. Matthew Smith was originally considered a flight risk, but somehow, some way, his lawyers were able to convince the judge to allow him to have house arrest. First of all, give him a bond, $10 million bond. Allow him to be on house arrest. And get this, fam, this is big. Except for when he has to go out and visit his lawyer, have a medical appointment, or for religious purposes. Must be nice. Same thing with old Mike, the former CEO. Mike gets to do his time at home while he awaits trial. He gets to stay at home. Only posted a $10 million bond. Diddy was trying to give the state $50 million to allow him to do the same thing, to give him that same courtesy of being out on bond while he fight his case. But they said Diddy was a flight risk. You know, there's a lot more places that white men can go in this country, well, in the world, and be inconspicuous than black men can, right? White men kind of blend in a little better, you know, in most parts of the world. Whereas a black man will stand out in a lot of these countries. the bias, the system, the why is everything always got to be about race? 'Cause it is. Man. So I looked up this case because I was wondering, I ain't heard nothing about this dude in a minute. Let me see what's going on, so I can put him on blast. So I do a little research, and I don't find a story until the latest story that I saw was like 3 weeks ago, when it was talking about Michael, the 80-year-old former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, saying that he has dementia. His lawyers are saying he has dementia. So, hey, man, please don't put our client through all of this stuff, man. He has dementia. You know, he can't remember what he did to those men. He don't know. He didn't even do this stuff, you know? Like, what are y'all talking about? This is a poor, innocent old man that, you know, who just wants to be left alone. He got money. Leave him alone. Nah, man, I'm exposing them. I'm not letting none of them make it. I see what the mainstream media is doing. They're purposely not covering this case. This case is very similar to Diddy's cases. It is very similar. The accusations are very similar. Yet you don't hear nothing about this guy. You ain't hearing nothing about it. Mainstream media is tight-lipped. It's so obvious, man, the double standards that they have. This is why I don't trust them. It's so obvious. It's just like when they cover cases of little white girls who go missing, or big white girls who go missing. They be running it. You remember Natalie Holloway? Man, they still talking about it. Books, movies, in the 24-hour news cycle, just all day. What's the other little girl? Elizabeth? What was it? Elizabeth? What's that little girl name? Elizabeth Smith or something like that? JonBenet Ramsey. That's what I'm trying to say. JonBenet Ramsey. I think Elizabeth Smith was another one of those little kids that was kidnapped, whatever. But JonBenet Ramsey, they still putting out specials talking about her. Spending all kinds of news time and all kinds of public dollars. Law enforcement searching and investigating. Yeah, fam. I ain't got no choice but to talk about them. I ain't got no choice but to put them on blast. And I promise to do so faithfully. Brett Favre, you're next. No more talk.